the journey of producing perfectly crispy potato chips begins long before the frying stage, and in many ways, the success of the entire production process depends on the careful selection and preparation of the potatoes themselves. Inside a modern potato chip factory, the first and most critical stage is ensuring that only the highest quality potatoes are chosen and properly prepared before they are transformed into chips. Every bag of chips starts with potatoes grown under specific agricultural conditions, designed to produce the ideal texture and flavor. Farmers who supply potatoes to chip factories typically grow specialized potato varieties that are rich in starch and have a balanced moisture content. These characteristics are extremely important because potatoes with the wrong composition may absorb so much oil during frying or fail to develop the signature crisp texture that consumers expect. The process begins when trucks loaded with freshly harvested potatoes arrive at the factory. These trucks may carry several tons of potatoes at once, often harvested just hours earlier from nearby farms. As the trucks approach the facility, they are guided toward unloading stations, where the potatoes are carefully transferred into massive receiving hoppers. These large metal containers are designed to hold huge quantities of potatoes while feeding them gradually into the processing line. At this early stage, the potatoes still carry soil, dust, and small pieces of debris from the fields where they were grown. Once the potatoes enter the factory system, they move onto a series of conveyor belts that transport them toward the cleaning section. Cleaning is one of the most essential steps because any remaining dirt or foreign material would affect the quality and safety of the final product. The potatoes enter enormous rotating washing drums filled with water. Inside these drums, the potatoes tumble continuously, while powerful jets of water spray them from multiple angles. The movement of the drum and the pressure of the water work together to remove soil, sand, and other impurities. As the washing continues, the water carries away dirt, while the clean potatoes move forward along the processing line. After washing, the potatoes proceed to the sorting stage. Modern chip factories use highly advanced optical sorting machines that rely on cameras and sensors to examine each potato individually as it moves along the conveyor. These machines are capable of analyzing the color, size, shape, and surface condition of every potato at extremely high speeds. If the system detects any defects, such as bruising, discoloration, rot, or irregular shapes, the potato is automatically removed from the production line. Small bursts of compressed air push defective potatoes off the conveyor and into separate bins. This process ensures that only the highest quality potatoes continue into the next stage of processing. With the potatoes now clean and sorted, the next step is peeling. Removing the skin from the potatoes is important because it helps create a smooth and uniform chip appearance. In many modern factories, steam peeling technology is used. During this process, the potatoes are briefly exposed to high-pressure steam in a sealed chamber. The sudden exposure to steam causes the potato skins to loosen and separate from the flesh underneath. When the potatoes exit the chamber, rotating brushes or rollers gently rub the skins away, leaving behind smooth and clean potatoes ready for slicing. After peeling, the potatoes are inspected again to ensure no traces of skin remain. At this stage, the potatoes are bright, smooth, and ready to be transformed into thin slices. The slicing stage is one of the most fascinating parts of chip production because it requires incredible precision. The peeled potatoes are fed into high-speed slicing machines equipped with razor-sharp rotating blades. As each potato enters the slicer, the blades cut it into extremely thin slices within a fraction of a second. These slices are typically around 1 to 2 millimeters thick, a measurement carefully chosen to achieve the perfect balance between crispiness and structural strength. The thinness of the slices is extremely important. If the slices are too thick, they may not cook evenly during frying and could remain soft in the center. If they are too thin, they may become fragile and break easily. For this reason, slicing machines are calibrated with great precision to maintain consistent thickness throughout the entire production process. Once sliced, the potato pieces immediately fall into flowing water channels. This step is often referred to as starch removal. Potatoes naturally contain a significant amount of surface starch, and if this starch is not removed, it can cause several problems during frying. Excess starch may cause slices to stick together, cook unevenly, or develop an undesirable dark color. By rinsing the slices in cold water, the factory removes much of the surface starch, while also preventing the slices from oxidizing when exposed to air. As the slices move through the water channels, they are gently carried along by the current, while excess starch washes away. The slices then pass through vibrating screens or mesh conveyors that allow water to drain away. In some facilities, powerful air blowers are also used to remove remaining moisture from the surface of the slices. This step prepares the slices for frying by ensuring they are not excessively wet. The preparation process may seem simple on the surface, but it actually represents a carefully engineered system, designed to maximize efficiency and maintain consistent quality. Every step, from washing and sorting to peeling and slicing, plays a critical role in shaping the final product. Even small variations in slice thickness, moisture levels, or potato quality can significantly affect the way chips cook during frying. Another important aspect of this stage is food safety and hygiene. Modern chip factories operate under strict food safety standards, meaning that all equipment is made from food-grade materials such as stainless steel and is cleaned regularly. Automated systems monitor the process continuously, ensuring that the potatoes are handled in a clean and controlled environment. By the time the potato slices leave the preparation section, they have already undergone a remarkable transformation. What began as raw potatoes harvested from the soil has now become thousands of perfectly shaped slices, moving smoothly along the production line. These slices are uniform in size, free of impurities, and ready for the most dramatic stage of their transformation: the frying process that will turn them into the crispy chips, enjoyed by millions of people every day. Once the potato slices have been carefully prepared and cleaned, they enter the stage where the real transformation takes place. This stage involves frying, seasoning, and packaging, and it is where the thin potato slices are turned into the golden, crispy chips that people recognize and enjoy. Although the basic idea of frying potatoes may sound simple, the industrial process used in modern factories is extremely precise and carefully controlled to guarantee consistent quality in every batch. The frying process begins when the prepared potato slices travel along conveyor belts toward large industrial fryers. These fryers are long stainless steel machines filled with heated vegetable oil. The oil is maintained at a specific temperature, usually between 175 and 190 degrees Celsius. Maintaining this temperature is extremely important because even small fluctuations can affect the color, texture, and taste of the chips. As the potato slices reach the fryer, they gently drop into the hot oil. Almost immediately, a dramatic transformation begins to occur. The moisture inside each slice rapidly turns into steam, creating tiny bubbles that rise to the surface of the oil. These bubbles are responsible for the light and airy structure that gives potato chips their crisp texture. At the same time, the heat begins to cook the natural sugars and starches inside the potato slices, producing the golden color that makes the chips visually appealing. Inside the fryer, the slices float along the surface of the oil, while moving slowly through the fryer chamber. Conveyor systems or paddles gently guide them along a controlled path, ensuring that every slice spends exactly the right amount of time in the hot oil. This frying time is carefully calculated. If the slices remain in the oil for too long, they could become too dark or burnt. If they are removed too early, they may not become fully crispy. To maintain perfect frying conditions, modern factories use automated control systems that constantly monitor oil temperature, frying time, and oil quality. Sensors measure temperature levels in real time, while filtration systems remove tiny food particles from the oil to keep it clean and fresh. These technologies help ensure that every chip is cooked evenly and maintains the desired flavor. After the slices complete their frying journey, they are lifted out of the oil and transferred onto vibrating conveyor belts. These belts gently shake the chips as they move forward, allowing excess oil to drain away. Removing extra oil is important not only for taste, but also for achieving the right texture. Chips that retain too much oil can feel greasy, while properly drained chips maintain a crisp and light structure. From the oil draining conveyors, the chips move onto long cooling belts. Cooling is a necessary step before seasoning, because the chips must reach the right temperature to allow seasonings to stick properly. As the chips travel along the cooling belts, air circulates around them, gradually lowering their temperature while preserving their crispness. Once the chips are cooled, they move toward large rotating seasoning drums. These drums are designed to coat the chips evenly with salt or flavoring powders. Inside the drum, the chips tumble gently, while fine particles of seasoning are sprinkled over them. The rotation of the drum ensures that every chip receives a uniform layer of flavor. For classic chips, the seasoning may consist simply of salt. However, for flavored varieties, the seasoning blends can be quite complex. These blends may include ingredients such as cheese powder, onion powder, garlic, paprika, sugar, spices, and natural flavor extracts. Each recipe is carefully developed by food scientists to achieve the desired taste profile. The seasoning process must be carefully controlled. Too much seasoning could overpower the flavor of the potato, while too little would leave the chips tasting bland. Automated dosing systems measure the exact amount of seasoning required for each batch, ensuring consistency from one bag to the next. After seasoning, the chips travel to one of the most advanced parts of the production line, the packaging section. Packaging machines operate at extremely high speeds, filling hundreds of bags every minute. The chips first pass through multi-head weighing machines that measure precise portions. These machines use multiple small weighing chambers that combine to reach the exact target weight for each bag. When the correct portion is measured, the chips drop into packaging machines that form bags from rolls of printed plastic film. The film is shaped into a tube, sealed along the edges, and cut into individual bags. As the chips enter the bag, another important step occurs: nitrogen flushing. Instead of filling the bags with ordinary air, the packaging machines inject nitrogen gas before sealing them. Nitrogen helps preserve the freshness of the chips. By preventing oxygen from entering the bag, oxygen can cause chips to lose their crispness and become stale over time. Nitrogen also slightly inflates the bag, creating a cushion that protects the chips from breaking during transportation. Once filled and sealed, the bags move along conveyors toward inspection systems. These systems use cameras and sensors to check each bag for proper sealing, correct weight, and packaging quality. Any bag that fails to meet the standards is automatically removed from the production line. The final stage of the process involves boxing and distribution. Robotic arms or automated packing machines group the bags into large cartons. These cartons are sealed, labeled, and stacked onto pallets. Forklifts then transport the pallets to warehouses or loading docks where they are prepared for shipping. From there, trucks carry the finished products to distribution centers and retail stores around the world. What started as simple potato slices has now become a finished snack product ready to be enjoyed by consumers everywhere. The combination of precise frying, careful seasoning, and advanced packaging technology ensures that every bag of chips maintains the same crunchy texture and delicious flavor. This highly coordinated process represents the result of decades of innovation in food manufacturing and engineering, allowing factories to produce millions of bags of chips while maintaining consistent quality and freshness.